So if you stumbled upon this video and you're a first-time father in his first year, I think this video can help you. I'm a father of three, and I've gone through the first year of fatherhood 3 times. And I know the mental anguish it can have on the mind. And I know when I went through it, I had questions that I sometimes kept to myself and would never address internally. And it made fatherhood a lot more difficult. 5 years into my fatherhood journey now, I have a 5-year-old son, a 3-year-old daughter, and just recently a almost 1-year-old daughter now. And I think at this point in my life, I have the experience, I have the maturity, and I have the time to make these videos addressing some of those questions that I think can really help a new dad out there who is struggling in their first year. So when did they start feeling like a person? I know with my daughter, who's almost 1 now, there came a point where I said to myself, wow, they actually have preferences. They actually like certain things. They actually can, decipher the difference between this person and that person. I remember for me, it happened when I was bonding with my daughter. We were doing tummy time. We were just playing on the mat, interacting with toys, and she was touching my face, and yeah, it was a really special moment. And then my wife walked down the stairs and she greeted the baby, and yeah, it's like I knew right there and then who was first on the totem pole, and it wasn't me. I was second choice. And to this day, that's usually the case. My daughter loves me when I'm with her, but when my wife walks into the room, she knows the magic boob is there, right? And mommy can feed her and I can't, right? There's a special relationship between a child and the mother. It's hard to describe, right? Yeah, and that's just, you might find early on that, your life is robotic, you're just doing the same things, and babies reacting the same way, and they're always sleeping and always crying, and, but there comes a point where they start telling you how they feel, right? They start communicating. And it might not be verbal communication, but in my case, it was, I don't want dad, I want mom. And that only grows, they only start continuing to develop their personality, their character, their preferences. And yeah, I have 3 kids now, and they all want different things. They all have different personalities. They all want mom and dad at a certain time. They all want mom and dad to do specific things for them. And it changes every day. And they're finding out more things about themselves every day, and that changes how they want certain things, and it becomes special, right? Because they become a person that you care deeply about. It's not like you don't care about them deeply early on, but it's a lot of you giving and not a lot of love being received back from you from the baby. You don't feel like you're interacting with a human, right? Because it's almost like you're just taking care of someone, right? That it's just a checklist, and it's just Ah, man, it's just on and on, right? But then they start telling you what they want, right? Who they like, and that flip switch in your head, and you realize that wow, they're beginning to come into their own, right? This is the first of many personality traits that are evolving, and I think that's the special part is that early on it feels like it feels like, yeah, it just feels like you're on autopilot, right? You almost feel numb to a certain extent, just doing the same things every day, and then at some point the baby becomes someone that you can interact with and have fun with and play with, and they become their own person, right? They become your own special little adventure, right? That you get to experience every day. And yeah, I have 3 kids, and it's 3 sets of adventures, and I didn't always look forward to every day and each adventure, but now I do. And hopefully you can come to that realization earlier than I did, that yeah, they actually are a human, and you're a person. And it might not feel like that early on, but just wait for it. It'll come, right? There comes a point where your baby becomes a mini version of you, or a mini version of your wife, and but different layers of personality and character, and they're just so unique, right? That I don't know, man. They just it just enriches your life so much that you might not see it early on, but I promise you, if you hang in there, yeah, fatherhood will reward you. That's for sure.